let me set the scene. We're in Ethiopia or Kenya, one of the two, and we're in the mines, right? Me and my brothers are out there digging for diamonds while these capitalist pigs take advantage of our low living wages. Now, take everything you just heard and completely throw it out the window because it doesn't matter. Now, imagine you are the star. Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler. I'm Nathan. This is Nicholas.
Nicholas.
I could say this.
I like really yelled.
And this is the Mouth of Babes podcast. Today we're going to talk about the weird.
This is movie talk.
This is movie
talk.
This
movie
is
walk.
movie of
chalk.
Babes.
Bach.
Mouth of movies.
Hawk.
Movie mouth. Dry mouth. That's what we all seem to suffer from. But we're going to talk about Uncut Gems
Baby
today.
mouth.
And by today I mean
Today.
tonight.
We're not going to talk about any other time.
Well, I was going to make some other reference to the movie.
Spoiler warnings.
This is a full spoiler warning because we already saw it, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's kind of been out for a while. And first reaction, out of 100, and then we'll justify it.
I'll give it like an 83.
Oh, you gave it that high?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say like a 62.
Oh.
Maybe a 64.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, let's talk about what we liked.
Actually, I did enjoy the movie. Maybe we should talk about like the plot of the movie first.
Yeah, so the idea is Adam Sandler runs a diamond shop on.
It's just like a jewelry store, yeah.
Well, I think it's Diamond Row or something like that.
It's like the Diamond
District. Diamond District. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Of New York.
It's a famous district. Like that's. It's literally all.
They're all jewelry owners.
All the jewelry owners, and they're all. I think the really big point is they're all mostly Jewish. Like that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And
all of them.
basically, like he's going more and more. He's trapping himself in more and more corners.
He seems to be like trying to get these like shortcuts. Like to put an example, like somebody like loans him a watch, right, as a gift, or like, hey, hold on to this, right, and I'll hold on to your necklace or your gold chain, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure. So he goes and pawns off the watch to go bet on sports in order to win the money back, and then he goes buys the watch back to give back to the guy. But the guy had no clue he did all that with his money anyway. And he seems to try to do this to like a bunch of different people, and it ends up putting him in a hole to where he can't get out.
It's this trying to catch up with him.
Yeah, and the whole movie is him trying to catch up.
And there's like one or two good twists I think that the movie does really well. Maybe we should talk about Adam Sandler because there are when this movie first was coming out, there were a lot of people who were saying, this is the movie that shows Adam Sandler's a good actor, and that he should win Actor of the Year. 100%. And I don't think so. I think he does a really good job in the movie.
I always get Adam Sandler confused with Ben Stiller, just for like a split second.
I don't.
No, just for like a split second, because they're both white guys with black hair.
And that's but nose difference, differential.
Okay, come on, bro. Anyway, Adam Sandler, most known for his comedies. He is. It's kind of racist.
You're my racist guard, right?
It's kind of racist.
Anyway,
he's most known for his comedies, right? Like Grown Ups.
No, he's only known for his comedies.
No, well, he has some serious movies. That's what I mean, though. Like 99% of the time you think of Adam Sandler, you think of comedies or his time at SNL.
Yeah.
Now, that was before our time. SNL was way better back then, from what I've heard. I'm not even going to give it a chance. It's just SNL isn't good.
Right.
So now we have the rare opportunity to watch Adam Sandler in a serious movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you're not a fan of it. I thought he did a good job.
No, it's not that he didn't do a good job. It's just he doesn't do anything.
You don't think he's award-winning for his performance?
I don't think it's anything crazy special. It's
just different.
He holds the same face for the most of the movie, like a very serious face, or like
that's how he talks in the movie. He's like
his emotions are just this the entire time, and his voice changes a lot, but his face stays like this the entire time. Like he can get super hyped and stuff, but his face doesn't change, or he can get super sad and stuff, but his face doesn't change. And I mean,
I guess I wasn't paying that much attention.
There's a part of acting, which I guess that's a lot more realistic, but that doesn't mean you're a good actor. Just because the director says, "Hey, take off your shirt and go to sleep," and people think you did it really good, 80% of actors can do that really well.
Yeah, that's true. So like, if you can get the fundamentals down, that doesn't make you a good actor. That just makes you like an actor in general.
Yeah.
Because we've seen bad movies, not like with Adam Sandler, but just in general. Like
I've seen bad movies with Adam Sandler.
Well, I mean, like bad actors,
and,
like Sharknado actors, and like
Right.
That's the only one I could think of right now. But we've seen plenty of examples of
Yeah,
very
we saw
bad actors.
Rise of Skywalker. We saw that movie.
Yeah, any of the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
That shows bad actors. This movie is kind of a trip, though.
This movie, I think.
No, actually, it's not a trip. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, I wish, not that I've ever done drugs, but I wish I was tripping out when I was watching this movie because I feel like it would have just been bearable.
I think this movie is one of the really good examples of what horror movies do to you, but don't necessarily explain. A good horror movie, I should say, is...
This isn't a horror movie.
I know, but in a sense of a horror movie, you don't always feel happy. You know what I mean? You're scared for... The point of a horror movie is to make you feel scared and, like, I don't know what's
Or anxious, yeah.
Not even anxious, just legit scared, like frightened. Like,
I'm more anxious of yelling in a theater than I am scared of yelling in a theater.
What this movie does good, because horror movies are supposed to be good at that.
Yeah.
Action movies aren't good at making you feel any emotion besides happiness for the most part.
Or that 10 seconds of sadness.
I should say, yeah. Most action movies nowadays, they're very, very easy to tell. But this movie does a really good job of making you kind of feel frustrated.
Of just beating you down, bro.
And, like, just anxious in the sense of, like, dude, like, why are you doing this? Like, you are mad at Adam Sandler's character.
No, my thing is, like, bro, he can't take a loss every single time. Like, the movie has to show us a W. But by the time it does, it's kind of too late.
Yeah, and it turns into where his character, you feel like, oh, he's about to, he's done all this, he's bet all of this, he's done all these.
He seems like he knows what he's doing,
like, they don't look like good choices, but then it goes, oh, well, it worked out in the end. But it turns out, like, so he takes the bet, for instance, what Nathan was talking about, he takes a bet, and he wins big. And you're like, okay, finally we get some resolution for this character. Like, he knows what he's doing. But all of a sudden it turns out that the guy he borrowed money from canceled the bet because he figured it out. And it's like, no, dude, like, how does he get out of this hole now?
Like, that was how he got out of it. And now he's just in a deeper hole because now he just looks...
And then he finds another way to get out of the hole, and you're like, yes, like, stop here. You know what I mean? Like, it's stop. You're good. You got out of the hole. And then he goes, no, let me take this money and bet it all.
But
and
behind
not give
the guy's back again.
And not give it to the guy I need to give it to because I can win big. And it turns out he wins big again. Like, he wins... I think it's almost $30 million or something like that.
It's something ridiculous.
It's a huge amount, right? And you're like, okay, like, this is the end of the... You're getting right to the end of the movie. You're like, yes. He lets the guy in to tell me he won the 30 millions, and the dude shoots him. And he's dead. And it is like, dang.
Yeah, you're like, dude, it's almost so, like, frustrating because you sit through the entire movie, and you're just like, he finally wins, and he just gets shot.
There's no payoff.
There is no payoff to them, which maybe is like the lesson they're trying to teach about that type of lifestyle. But
I think they are trying to teach us, and I think it's also trying to show, like,
still, bro,
like, you can't just expect it to be a happy ending always. Like, it was clearly, whereas in hindsight it worked out, that bet. In the moment, he should not have taken it. It was his greed that got him.
Yeah,
that should have been.
Well, it was him chasing that high of being on top of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it shows, like, his marriage and stuff is starting to crumble.
Yeah, his marriage is failing the entire time, and he has another girlfriend on the side who she claims she's not a gold digger, but at the end of the movie, you find out that's the only reason she's with him, right? And he doesn't really know any of the rest of his family. His relationship with his kids aren't that good. Like, literally, his entire life is chasing that idea that he can score big.
Yeah, it's chasing the bag.
Amen.
Every single day is a different episode.
All we do is chase the bag.
I mean, we have friends who didn't like this movie.
I wasn't a huge fan of it. I wouldn't go see it again.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the ending, this movie is not like I have to go see it again kind of movie.
My favorite thing about this movie is how consistent it is in the themes and, like, the choices of, like, cinematography and stuff. And you never, like, halfway through the movie, it doesn't feel like any of the characters have changed, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Like, it's a really disciplined movie, but it is a very exhausting movie to watch.
Yeah. I think the most exhausting part is in most movies like this, people learn, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
they go through a conflict and they learn.
There's a resolution.
And there's a resolution. And this movie is halfway through the movie, he's going through a conflict, and he's starting to learn, like, I shouldn't be doing this stuff. I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, he
this.
wants to fix his marriage.
But then as soon as he can,
like, gets the opportunity
to do it again, he jumps right at it.
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, he didn't learn anything.
And the audience doesn't know this at first because you think like, oh, maybe he's really trying to change. But his wife, because that's the one he's talking to about it, he's like, I want to try again and stuff. She just blows him off. She says, nah, that ain't never going to happen. Like, I've never loved you.
Which assumes this has happened before. I mean, not this drastic, but.
You can assume this conversation's happened before. I think the worst part about the movie, which I understand was like a director's choice, and maybe that's just like to feed the chaoticness of the movie, was whenever there's multiple people together in a room, they're constantly talking over each other. And it's not like the editing team like decided to like boost the audio of one person, right? Like they're literally all at the same exact audio, and you kind of wish you watched it with subtitles.
Yeah,
dude, it's just like
you can understand everything,
but you have to.
But the issue is you can understand everything, and it's like you have to fit together everything as they're saying it.
Yeah,
and if you don't, then you miss out, and it's just like, dude, shut up. Yeah, I think this was a really not the best movie.
I think they should. I think like
there's flaws for sure.
You would study this movie, but not for like the story of it, but rather like the techniques used in it. I mean,
you could study it for the story in the sense of what we were talking about, like how it's just a frustrating movie all in all together.
Which is what they were going for, I'm sure, because like I said, it's consistent, but that doesn't mean you have to make a movie like that just because it's different. Right. Like it's not like, well, I don't want to go out and make the cliche happy ending, and you're like, yeah, you're right, you don't have to. But does that mean you should? Like,
and then this begs the question: if it wasn't released in like November, if it wasn't what most people are calling Oscar bait,
it is Oscar bait though. I don't think it's that good of a movie.
But if it wasn't,
actually, I don't know the one actor's name, but the guy under Demoni, Demoni, right?
Demoni.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to butcher anybody's culture.
The black actor.
Yeah, he was the best person in that movie.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic job.
But he's I think he is an Academy Award winning actor.
In The Weeknd?
Yeah.
My boy Abel? He is an Academy winning.
But yeah, I'm wondering, like, let's say this movie's put out in March.
Wait, but isn't Adam Sandler an Academy winning actor?
Yeah, comedic actor. Like for comedies, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you saw the movie, let us know what you thought.
Or if you ever want to come see a movie with us, you're not invited. Because we are part of the A-list. Members only. Is that an A on the screen? Yeah. No, if there's ever a movie you want us to review, though, it doesn't have to be like new movies. We can do old ones. Let us know in the comments.
We are still really debating about doing a Star Wars, talking about all the Star Wars.
Honestly, me and Nicholas love movies. We love talking about we love critiquing movies. I think that's our favorite thing.
We're naturally talented at finding really bad things about movies. To us, I should say, because not everyone will find them bad. Like, for instance, not everyone will find Adam Sandler's acting in this movie bad because it's not that bad. But it's nothing special. Yeah. And me and Nathan really hate the fact that he kind of does nothing the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
Acting-wise.
So if there's ever a movie you want us to go over, or any random movies that you think are really good, and okay, wait, let me preface this a little bit. If you send us a comment that says you should do Bug's Life, it's a Pixar movie that came out in 1997, no, we're not gonna do it.
It's too small.
It's a good movie, but if you want us to do like,
they're good bugs.
They don't deserve it. But what's that one movie, like the horror movie?
Maybe Kevin Spacey deserves it, but
is Kevin Spacey in that movie?
He's Hopper.
No way.
Pre-gay days.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
He came out gay.
But I thought people were born gay. Anyway. But what's that one movie where like I should know this. They're carrying on the camera. It's the horror movie, the first one to do it like this in the first person perspective.
Oh, like The Witcher Trials? Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project, yeah. I knew that. I knew it was witch something.
Ray, you talk again, you're getting put in the corner.
If you want us to do something like that, like something that has like
I don't speak your language, Ray.
Actual like
it's homeless, by the way. That's what he speaks.
Innovation in the film industry, or it's just a good movie. Like I said, we'll talk about it. I think we should just make our own movie. That's what I'm getting to the conclusion of. some home budget, Home Alone,
Homemade.
Brokeback Mountain looking movie.
This is the Twitter. This is the Instagram.
Join our GoFundMe.
This is the YouTube page. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Make it like,
And
smash
we will
it.
see you guys.
I'm Nathan.
I'm done talking to Nathan. We will
We'll
see you guys
next time
next time.
when we do a whole actual episode, because this format is dumb and we're done compromising. Red Bull sponsor us. Essential Water. Hit us up in the DMs because Red Bull doesn't know
Unless
how.
you really like this. Peace.
Chasing the Bag, episode 10.